Okay. Looks like things sound okay. Maybe a little low on my end, but we'll see. It does sound like the mic's a little low. I'm going to see if I can turn it up. Well, maybe not. Here's I muted it. Alright, so we'll just go with this. Um, anyway, the plan tonight, children are having a sleepover with each other, which effectively means in the same room and watch a movie. Generally speaking, that also means they're going to be a little more awake. And they're going to be up a little bit later, which is unfortunate because at any point I might have to go upstairs and address something. Someone needs to go potty or whatever. Because of that, I'm going to just do some practice. Sleep, which maybe sooner rather than later. Because it looks like they've settled in. Once I confirm they are asleep, then I'll be good to start some runs. Will be nice. Right. I think I have everything good to go. So part of this practice is going to actually be going through the steps of a run. I might double back, but I really want to see how well Naomi does on auto splitting on Switch 2 edition. I don't know if her image recognition is going to capture the Switch 2 edition accurately, given that there's supposed to be like different coloring, etc. So because of that, I'm going to go through the steps of a run, but I might double back and practice a trick or something like that while I'm at it. For those of you who don't know, the Switch 2 edition version of Breath of the Wild is freakishly hard because it's now 60 FPS instead of 30 FPS. Generally speaking, that would mean that visually it's more appealing. It's a lot more fun to play just from an aesthetic standpoint. But from a speedrunning standpoint, all the tricks are like much harder in some way, shape, or form. I'll probably talk through that as I go. But I do not expect, I don't even expect a 30 tonight, even a high 30. I expect to get in the 40s. I expect my first run to even be over an hour. Like, this is going to be a little bit brutal for me. But I'm just going to put my head down and go for it. But again, we're practicing until the kids are asleep. So that's how that's going. Anyway. We'll go ahead and do a new game. We'll start my splits so that I can see how effective Naomi is. Naomi, set up any percent.
Setup complete.
However, this is not a real run. So the first trick you have to deal with in Breath of the Wild is what's called a scope clip. Basically, you climb into the corner of a wall, you look a certain direction, and you run the opposite way, and you spam scope. And when scope activates, you end up clipping through the wall. This trick has not changed. The difficulty actually isn't that much harder. The real loss with scope clip is the visual cues. There is a visual cue that you got in 30 FPS that we runners call basically the double bop, which is when the camera shakes like twice in a row, and then it'll wait a second and it'll shake twice more. And when you see that happening, you know you have the right angle and you can go for it. However, because it's 60 FPS, that double bop doesn't happen. You effectively have to line up all your other visual cues and then hope you're running in the right direction and get it. If you do have everything lined up, then it happens pretty easily. So it can be a fairly quick trick. It's just you lose one of your critical visual cues to know you have things exactly right. So I looked at this earlier. I think I have the right angle. It seemed fairly consistent. We'll see. But this is the corner. This is the supposed angle. You see there's no shaking, but I did get it very quickly. So because there was no shaking of the camera, there was no way of knowing until I either succeeded or failed. Alright. Other than that, the run's pretty simple. Although I haven't done this route in ages. I need to make it to the Boko Camp Fire before I lose, or before I'm down to half a heart. And I have yet to do that successfully. If I have only half a heart left, I'm going to have to grab backup food, which is random. Or I'm going to have to die, basically. Those are my only options. So this is one of the sections right here that I have to practice. I have to get this down perfectly so that I can get to the fire before I lose. Before I get my hearts down to half heart. Which is not going to happen. Like, I don't see that happening. Not tonight, at least. To grab the shield. Ooh, I made it. That's the first time I've done that. I have to grab the bow. Make sure I'm in the heat so that I can restart my health. And that was a really bad shield surf. But the point is I made it, so yay me. Shame this isn't a run. I'm supposed to be able to shield surf and skew on that area, but that's not going to happen. Alright, next thing that's nearly impossible in 60 FPS. Which isn't really impossible, but it's difficult. Is I can't see. It's not on my screen. Sorry, my screen blinked out.
Arrived at stasis.
Is shield clipping. In the middle of this, so I'll explain it later. That might actually be. Oh, okay, not. So shield clipping is much harder in 60 FPS, and you have to get the perfect frame. It's called extended shield clip, is what I have to do. Okay, that's the right frame, or at least that looked like it. Wrong. Okay, so this is practice, so I guess I can take my time. Also, Naomi split, so good for Naomi. Skewing. Skewing is about... There is a second version of Link that is his ragdoll version, this right here. And if you land while shield surfing on a slope that's significant, you will offset the ragdoll's position. So let me show you. Like that. And if I were to jump and unequip my shield, you'll see it'll flip into the ragdoll state real quick. Right there. So we use that to clip through walls. But at 60 FPS, the window's not large enough to clip through it normally. So we actually have to activate that state twice in a row through what's called an extended shield clip. In order to do it right, you have to land on the right frame to get through the wall. With stasis, though, with the stasis run, you can literally just crawl into the elevator. You don't have to do any more clipping. The shrines themselves have not changed a whole lot. Because we can't do a bomb lock super slide to basically hover across the world indefinitely. We can't do bombs first, so we can't blow ourselves across the shrines. Which forces us to go into a little more old strats. But again, those old strats are not all that different. I think bombs is the only one that's significantly affected. That was way early. Hardest part of stasis is there's a really tight shield jump over here. I've done it 1,000 times. I pretty much know this. The next trick hasn't changed, at least for like short travel. It hasn't changed a whole lot from 30 FPS to 60 FPS. It's called what's it called? It's called bullet
Stasis
time bounce,
complete.
which basically you shield surf and bounce off of an enemy's head, and the ragdoll from the bounce multiplies your speed. The kicker is you have to be in bullet time when you bounce off the enemy's head. The first things first, we're going to go through this lovely little cutscene here. Great, kids are sitting up. That's what you want to see. I had high hopes, but that's not there anymore. Optimum choices, no, yes, yes, no. For the second dialogue, we actually fully skipped the first dialogue by not going to the tower.
Ooh.
The optimum choices for the first dialogue, which we never see, is yes. I think it's yes, no, yes, yes. It's been a long time since I've had to do that. Try this boulder real quick. And we approach our first bullet time bounce. We have to lure the Bokos over to the wall. And then we bounce on them. We have to exit bullet time to multiply our speed, but of course I hit the front Boko and not the one I was aiming for. Bullet time bounces are a lot like sniper shots. You have to be exactly right. But again, this hasn't changed from the old version, so not really. That's going to shoot me left. That's doable though. So this is going to put me too far left, and it's going to put me a little short. But it's recoverable, so I can just move up. And that is called fall damage cancel. If you start throwing a weapon without actually releasing it, and then unequip either your weapon or your shield, you will cancel all fall damage. I need this for later in the run. And I have to hope that they don't blow someone up. My Bokos do need to survive. I didn't need to do that. My skew was already cleared. The hard part here is I don't think I can make this clip fast enough. Nope. I'm gonna die. As well as clear my skew and die. If I had gotten it on that one, it would have worked. This is where I'm most likely going to be stuck during my first run. At these doors. They are so picky Not even funny. To be just in the right place, at the right angle, with the right skew, and the right frame to get in. That was a lot faster than I expected. Interesting, I must have gotten offline. I wouldn't have expected a second notification. There is a fancier, faster trick that I do not have mastered and will not be attempting, where you simply hop off the wall and jump over the gate. To my left, that's not going to happen. Instead, I'm going to go around. Hey, I only get that about 30% of the time. Alright, 2 Cryonists did not work. And Naomi is off pattern. Here we have our second bullet time bounce. This is where 60 FPS and the velocity degradation really starts kicking in. I jumped too early. My camera moved and I just completely lost it there. Alright, the one bad thing about 60 FPS with bullet time bounce is you shed velocity very quickly. So quickly, in fact, that we can barely make it anywhere we want to. Buffer here. Could make it. That looks optimal. Pretty good, actually. That's actually one of my best, frankly. That's amazing. That is really, really good. I need to grab some food here for the trip to Castle. And then we go to our next skew point. This one's been tricky. I've had to redo this a lot lately. Also one of the reasons why I don't really want to skew here, but I will anyway. Okay. I'm pretty
Arrived
sure
at
straight
Magnesis
on and in the center is the best location. The right frame. First try, baby. I might actually have a hope of getting a semi-decent run. Also, in case y'all are wondering, the video is probably listed as 60 FPS because that's what my broadcasting software is set to, but my capture card cannot capture 60 FPS. So I'll have to get a new capture card at some point so that we can get the 60 FPS glory. It actually isn't half bad for a first run. And the kids haven't interrupted me yet. We shall see. Magnesia is very easy. Just don't get shot. Shoot. Didn't work. Shield jump over the gap. Good to go.
Magnesis complete.
This next part is very difficult. I used to label this split the gauntlet. Mostly because I always tend to die, or fail at least. You'll see why in a second. This is another bullet time bounce, but it's one of the hardest. Ouch, that's gonna cause problems later. Got him. Yeah, that's not working. Also, I'm not used to re-equipping my bow, so get very awkward very fast. That might actually work. Or it'll shoot me off the place. Alright. Yeah, that's not. And thus, the gauntlet. I really need to learn to re-equip my bow. If I had re-equipped my bow, that's the wrong button. Here's the kingdom. I might have actually gotten that first try. Fine, I prefer to have my hearts intact, to be honest. That's gonna be a problem. I'm pretty sure him digging is a... Well, okay, that's not bad. The other problem here is if I land too close to the Guardian, he'll activate and I'll have to endure a cutscene. But because of 60 FPS, I no longer get the distance I need to make it all the way to the shrine. Or at least I haven't yet.
Arrived at bombs.
This is the only shrine I have to double clip. Bright side, it's also the only shrine that has a clip I don't have to extended shield clip on. I mean, I have to do an extended shield clip here. But to clip back in, I don't. Oh wow, that's dumb of me. I didn't unequip, apparently. I'm not... Probably not waiting for the right frame, to be honest. There it is. Alright, so I don't actually have to do an extended chill clip for this one. I just have to get the right timing, and it'll let me in. Oh, and hope my shield doesn't break. Freaking know what's going on. Of course, if I lose my skew, there it is. That was harder than it should have been, but whatever. Alright. The next major change that 60 FPS messes up is the rules for wind bombs. Wind bombs do still work. There was some question on whether or not they actually did. But they do. Unfortunately, you cannot get the same angles that you could before. Basically, because the game runs smoother. your wind bombs effectively fail if you go any of the cardinal directions. The rule used to be that you had to go the cardinal directions. Now you have to go... I keep forgetting to... Now instead of the cardinal directions, you have to go in diagonals. The only way they'll work. I actually wasn't sure that one was going to work anyway, so we'll just go over here. This one I know will work. Done it plenty of times. If I can make the right. Easy. There's probably an angle that will get me down here. I've been exploring. Haven't found one yet. The new wind bomb rules really kind of make it difficult.
Bombs complete.
I have some ideas. I might try to use old angles, but I have to induce lag. That's basically what you do. You have to manufacture lag for the old angles to work, and that can be very difficult and unreliable. That was not bad at all. So I want to get a low one because I want to lose health, but it gets me over that entire ruins area. Next is RNG Beetle, which I got. A whole lot's changed here, thankfully. Up and rocket launch. I have been struggling with this, unfortunately. Mostly grabbing the tree. I still don't know exactly how much health I need to get to castle. Let's try this. Excuse me while I use all of my durability. I'm gonna have to restart. I need that later. Interesting note, your starting position on a reload is different than when you walk out of the shrine. So you have to adjust. I might be able to explode earlier and get a higher angle that's not dangerous. And no RNG Beetle today. Backup Beetle has never shown up for some reason. There it is. Backup Beetle. Got him. There we go. Alright, now for arguably the most precise bullet time bounce in the run. It used to be that if you did not get this exactly perfect, you would not make it to castle. However, because of 60 frames per second, we're not going to make it to castle anyways. So, perfection really means how far into Hyrule Field are you going to get. I have landed in 3 separate positions. One is literally as far as you can get, which is where the ceremony takes place. I forget what it's called. One is a tree line just before that, and the other is next to a Korok that you may or may not be familiar with. Boko often doesn't cooperate. That may be optimal if I hit him. I did. That's pretty optimal. I might actually make it to the ceremony location. But yeah, 60 FPS is just going to shed all of my speed right about here. So that was not wholly optimal, but it was very, very good. Bright side, landing here, I can grab another safety food. Still don't know how much I need. And then we have to obey the rules of the new rules of wind bombs to make it over. And I keep forgetting to freaking equip my bow. Not. Alright, I'm gonna try to induce lag. There we go. That was pretty good. Here. Ay, ay, ay. So I could do a midair here. I'm not going to risk it. There's a lot of lag. And
castle reached.
actually, inducing lag's working out. I think I'm getting pretty good at mastering that. That might make life a little bit easier for me. Okay, that's not easier. Curious, if I void out, will I land up there, or do I have to wind bomb again? I have to wind bomb again. That's it. Coming in this entrance is very slow. This is not the normal entrance we're supposed to go in. But there's just not a whole lot of options. You're officially done with the axe. The beginning of Hyrule Castle is pretty normal. Our goal is to get the Razor Shroom, but of course I'm being extra cautious right now because I don't know how much food I actually need. We have another scope clip coming up. This time, though, while I do lose a piece of visual cue from 60 FPS, it's not that important. So it's pretty easy just to line this up and get it almost every time. There, wind bomb. Up, but there it is. A safety strat. Looking for a water plane, which I can take it like an elevator up. And then I just have to hope I don't run out of stamina before I get someplace safe. Very slow, but at least I don't have to restart. This is a tight glide, but it can be done. Just gonna restart. Forget that. I need practice on the midair. That was actually the right visual cue. I didn't need to adjust. Dude! Alright, we're gonna have to... Apparently I accidentally shield surfed. So... Default to backup strat? Very tight glide. But that should make it. Out. Whistle sprint here. Throw that. And down. Oh, that was smoother than I've ever had it since I started doing this route again. That was super smooth. Don't burn to death, please. Lots of bomb arrows. That was also super smooth. I'm glad that worked out. That whole segment has been a struggle for me. We need one extra weapon we don't normally need because of 60 FPS. I need him to stab at me. That's not going to happen. But hopefully I don't get killed. Oh good, this is going to work out, maybe. He's winding up. Alright, we're good. Again, this segment is going shockingly well. The bugger. Accidentally hit whistle. Trying to crouch. I get to sit here and wait till they decide I'm not here anymore. These are all the old problems I used to have in this route before. Bomb super slides. I don't like their position. It's a lot different than it's supposed to be. As long as Mr. Fatty over here kicks it in the corner, we are good to go. 4 and guts. This will make a level 3 pack up potion. One final item. And then the hardest wind bomb segment per game. If I can successfully introduce lag, it won't matter. But it looks like it's going to. I need to get over that wall. And if this wasn't 60 FPS, I would have gotten over it. Try again. Guardian's gonna come around soon. Alright, there we go. See, that is what I want. Although I'm in a huge amount of danger now. I'm supposed to land on top of the wall. It's just so much harder than it used to be. Too far right. Fine. The last major casualty of 60 FPS is wind blight skip. Before, you could shoot a normal arrow and trap it in a cutscene and have wind blight take damage throughout the entirety of the cutscene. Now, the arrow travels too fast, and wind blight doesn't take enough hits. However, through experimentation, I have found a setup that at least allows me to skip first phase wind blight if I get the exact perfect, not normal arrow, but ancient arrow. Wish me luck. Bright side, even if I don't get the perfect one, it typically does a lot of damage to his first phase, and I can clean him up pretty quickly. But we'll see. Yep. First phase skip. Not all skip, but first phase skip. Actually, just realized. Yes, that's actually correct. That's correct. Back to normal arrows. And hope he doesn't throw wind at me. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I'm failing. That was really bad. Could have been worse. After this, the blights are pretty much the same as they always have been. I've been struggling a little bit with water blight, but it's not a huge thing. Surprisingly low on arrows. Although it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. That was dumb. Second phase Flyer Blight is a little strange. I haven't quite figured it out. When he picks himself up, he ends up higher vertically than he's supposed to be. And it basically makes early first phase impossible. That's the right one, right? Sorry. Weapon routing still a little bit new. See, he's so freaking high. What I really should do is not use the boomerang. I should go straight for the sword. Thunderblight's the same as everything. Which, when you think about it, it could be much worse. Because if Thunderblight moves before I can break his shield, then it's basically over. That's going to require an unfortunate use of an elemental arrow. Calamity is almost the same, but because I'm down one ancient arrow, things get a little bit harder. Also, I use a lot more bow durability early on, and so my bow will break before I finish him. So that also complicates things. And then, yeah, of course that can happen. Probably should retry for practice. Alright, Naomi missed Hyrule Castle split, which caused her to miss Blight split, which naturally we're gonna have. Of course. Maybe I got face skip? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I did not. It needs a cleanup. The music fooled me. And he's gonna do. That's not good. I'm not supposed to be wasting that. Seriously? Am I even gonna hit him? that might actually be a 3-hitter on the bow. So let me try it. It is indeed. Alright, so I'm going to try no boomerang this time, despite the fact that the muscle memory screams for me to use the boomerang. And the goal is effectively to get as many hits in as possible before he gets up. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of difference between that and the boomerang strategy. I guess I did put him in laser mode. The real question is, what did it do to my durability? Is this going to break early because I put it in the extra hits? Answer is no. But I don't know. Maybe just guaranteed 2-cycle Fire Blight fucking phase and just deal with it. Unless I can see somebody who actually gets early Fire Blight. Well, that went the wrong way. My controllers have been doing that a lot lately. Just dropping my block like that. Not nearly as bad as Joy-Con drift, but man, it can get annoying. Backing me up against the corner, not cool with that, not cool with that at all. Am, however, cool with that. Ah, blast. Get down. That's going to be a problem later. And by later, I mean literally right now. Run away. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. That's the wrong direction. The shield's over here. Hit that one. Just like that one, you're going to get on the wall now. Oh, you're not going to get on the wall. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, sure, why not? Not the best calamity, but whatever. I knew he'd go to the wall. He's too close to the wall. We already got a laser, whatever. Okay. Which one breaks first? This one. Oh, let's do this. 3. I ran out of stamina. That's bad. Want to give me a laser bud? Huh? Laser? Yes? Cool. That was fun. You know, I don't think I've actually run through Beast Canyon before on Switch 2 Edition. I think I always just, like, quit after this. I don't think it's any different, but let's find out. Why not? After this, I'm going to check on my children, see if they're asleep, and if they are, we'll do a run through. There's my log dropping again.
Colpisci dove brilla. Buona fortuna, Link.
Early release? No? Does early release not happen anymore?
Ganon si sta indebolendo.
Based on posture, I'm gonna say they're both asleep. I'm gonna go upstairs and verify that, and then I'll turn off their movie. I'll be right back.
osservato tutto questo tempo. Il tuo destino, la tua sofferenza, le tue battaglie. Per questo ho sempre saputo che un giorno saresti riuscito a sconfiggere la calamità Ganon. Grazie, Link. Eroe di Hyrule. Ti ricordi? Ti ricordi di me?
The kids are asleep. So, we can do this for realsies. And do a no reset because it is a first run. With some luck, this will go very well. Well, very well according to what I expect to actually happen. For example, second half of Castle went amazing all the way up until I did the wind bomb chain. So yeah. Also, freaking yeah, no, I'm excited if I can get this to work. It's a tough run. Very tough, but we can do it. Good luck, have fun. As they say. All right. The problem with getting up and then sitting back down, don't exactly know where your mic should be. Needs to be perfect. Okay. Naomi, set up any percent.
Setup complete.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a restart of the game. Do not game chat. What the frick? Start of the game to make it official, even though I just did that. I believe Naomi's already set, so it's just a matter of getting it going. No matter how bad it is, just need to finish. How's everyone's night going? Hope it's going well. This is where I get paranoid that my sound is terrible.
Quella è una tavoletta sceicca. Ti guiderà dopo il risveglio dal tuo luogo.
Let's hope I get as good of an escape. Man, I can't talk. As I did last time. Yep, that's not happening. Oh, it's gonna hate me today. I mean, this is the first run. My escape doesn't have to be good, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Bar. I'm so tempted to reset. It's not even funny, but this already is going to be a bad time. Like, what am I doing wrong? Am I holding too far left on the joystick? Am I holding too far right on the joystick? I guess the fact that it's not scoping means I might have the right angle. That's what I mean by not having the visual cue. You just kind of stuck. Wow, that was... Okay, I can't do it. I can't do 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me to start off a run, even a first run. Maybe someday. Okay. New game. Dude. A run. Hopefully I can escape better this time and don't have to worry about sitting in a corner for an extremely long time.
Svegliati. Svegliati. Quella è una tavoletta sceicca. Ti guiderà dopo il risveglio dal tuo lungo...
I mean, how hard could it be? Seriously makes me wonder what I did the last time that made it work so well. Ah! So flipping quick. I swear that's faster than even my, like, 30 FPS runs.
Dirigiti al luogo segnato sulla mappa della tua tavoletta sceicca.
Okay. That can happen. Bokos are evil. Particularly the bow ones. I'm gonna keep going. I got an autosave at the chest. Ow. Right side, it doesn't matter. Also, deaths in Switch 2 are not nearly as punishing as they used to be. But they are punishing, don't get me wrong. But they're not nearly as bad.
Arrived at stasis.
Ugh. I need to memorize this frame. Yeah, my SKU's empty. It's opposite of what it used to be. What the fuck? That was a mistake. Lovely. Now my shield is broken. This entire run could be over if my shield breaks early. Switch 2 edition is hard. Skew. Still have no skew. I don't think I'm doing it on the right frame. In fact, I think my skew is even wrong too. I think my skew switched. No, that's the right skew. Just not getting the right frame. That should be it. Thank you. Only took freaking forever. Can you imagine doing clip-ins first try? Like, what would that be like? What would that world be like? You clipping first try. Like, I don't get it. For all shrines? Nah. Not possible. cheap viewers. Oh my goodness. Wish I could ban them, but I can't.
Stasis
Not
complete.
Right now. Wait. No, not right now. I don't have chat open. Unless my phone will do it. Nice. Unless it requires me to actually have a reason for it. Oh, that was the wrong answer. Whatever. That, I think, might have even been optimal. It would be really nice if I landed at the... Ooh, it's gonna be tight. Oh, that was so freaking tight, not even funny. That's faster than fun, actually. Oh, first try, let's go. I think I have the door entrances down. I think I got the door entrances good. That would be really cool if I did, because that would really take some... Sorry. Probably not worth it anyways, given the state of my shield. Forget. Two cryo is broken some reason. Need to look into that. Please and thank you. Nope, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Re-equip, yay me. Always remember to re-equip. Gonna put me right around. And then we're gonna have to run for an age and a half. No, this wouldn't be so bad if there was food I could pick up on the way. I could include it in my routing. There is this stamella shroom though, so I guess I can grab it. That's interesting, random luck. I'm probably good on food now. I'm literally overthinking this. Just whistle sprinting.
Arrived at Magnesis.
My skew's wrong. Right now. Oh yeah, that didn't feel right. And I just erased it. This is where I was afraid of getting trapped. Skill. I'm gonna end up breaking my shield doing all this stuff. Okay, that's right. Or at least potentially right. It up. And we're in. Go ahead and record that. Always good to have references. Supposedly, you can skew off of the shrine. But all the times I've tried to skew off the shrine, I fail miserably. The rock is just more reliable to me. Really nice fighting its shot.
Magnesis complete.
I did re-equip my bow. I don't have to worry about that. What I do have to worry about is a Boko breaking my shield. That is an automatic reload. I really don't want to do that. So it's only one this time. You son of a monkey. I'm gonna go ahead and reload that. Too much damage. I want to deal with it. I could sit there and fight the Bokos all day long, or I can just reload. So that's what I'm doing. No, that is the worst pattern. Be okay. That's not okay. Alright, in a normal no reset run, what I would do is I would cancel and I would run to the shrine. And honestly, that would be much faster than reloading. But I'm reloading, so here we are. Because I'm stubborn. Should have done a ground. Yeah, shouldn't have done a ground. I did a ground shield surf. I didn't jump first. That was a huge mistake. I'm psyching myself out. Whatever. It's a first run. If you don't have things to improve on a first run, you're not doing it right. Dude! What the fudge, man? Alright, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Maybe I'll get lucky and land on a good part that'll send me in the right direction. Nope. You know what? I'm just gonna take this. That'll get me about halfway. I'm being super risky here. Haha! Not optimal, but I'm taking it. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. Freaking Bocos.
Arrived at bombs.
Supposedly you can skew through the door or clip through the door. This just feels more reliable to me. I feel like I'm hitting the frame. Definitely not hitting the frame. What does the frame look like? Don't think that's it. That looks like it. But I wasn't aligned properly. And now I'm probably... Skew's probably gone. Or different. Actually, it looked like skew was still there. I might just try to relearn the door skew, but every time I try it, doesn't work. Too early. The hard part here is, and I might have just lost my skew, which might ruin this clip-in. That's the hard part. This wasn't an official run. I'd actually go and try to figure out the door. I'm not going to figure out the door. I'm just going to gonna skew it out. Make sure our skew is erased. Hey, look, I'm in, but I need that shield, so I have to reload. Yay! I love first runs. They're so much fun. It's so tempting to try and learn the door during a run. Dude, where's my skew? That's a nope. Maybe. There we go. Well, there goes my skew. Gone. Switch to edition is hard. That's not the right frame, but I don't have the frame memorized. That looks right. Son of a monkey! Go it, go it, go in! Pretty sure my skew is gone. Alright. I didn't have skew, but somehow I managed to finagle myself inside. Whatever. We can finally move on. Kind of want to try. I kind of want to try this shrine with some lag-inducing strategies that I'm getting better at. But no, we're going to do it the safe way so that we can just move on. Apparently I forgot to re-equip, and that's too close to the elevator. Excuse me? Did I miss something? Hey, look. We finally got through bombs. After what? 10 minutes? 11 minutes? From Magnesis? Holy cow, man.
Bombs complete.
Did I mention Switch to Edition is hard? 'Cause Switch to Edition is really hard. Alright, well. Clipping's done. I don't have to worry about clipping anymore. I just need the Boko to behave. And to not mess up this wind bomb. Which has been surprisingly consistent for me. So. I don't know what I was pausing for, but whatever. That is too much damage. But I think I have enough health. I got a lot of extra random health, so that's helpful. Beetle saves a few seconds. That segment was good. A 28 paraglider. That's so painful. Whatever. Whatever.
Paraglider obtained.
I glotted it. I glotted that segment. Granted, these are new splits, so of course it's a glod. So now that we're halfway through the run. So bad. I think this guy's in the right place. I don't know if that's optimal, but that felt really good. We'll have to see. It's pushing me left. A little of that pumping action right there. Ow. Not die. Okay, thanks. I don't think I need this anymore, so that's fine. Whatever. Oh, son of a... Yeah, bite me. I wasn't sure if that was actually gonna hit. That was way too far straight in the normal coordinate direction. This dude's gonna try to hurt me. That should be fine.
Castle reached.
It's amazing. That segment actually wasn't half bad. Despite everything. That was not half bad. That was half bad. I don't have enough experience with juking this guy to know for sure what exactly I should be doing. No, come on. Okay. What health items do I have? Oh, lovely. Okay. It's all over. Yeah, I'm really liking that lag inducing, and in fact, forgot to eat. I want to cry, man. I want to cry. These are things I'm not used to having to think about. Not used to having to wind bomb halfway across. That was a high one. Nice. I'm gonna let them shoot at me so that I can do this. And then I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna do this because I'm fancy. Which is not gonna be enough. That's a problem. Not entirely sure how to salvage this. Okay, that works, I guess. I can walking wind bomb up, probably. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I finished this segment so well. Why am I back here? Whatever. We're gonna walking wind bomb up. They'll be fine. As long as it doesn't dive. It might dive. I'm gonna walking wind bomb. It's gotta be right here, so that he doesn't do a diving animation. Why couldn't he have done that originally? Like, why do you have to go for the melee? Gone. Square bombs only. And I definitely need more health. Maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna take a shield too since I don't have one. Why? Why does it do that? Alright, I got the early elevator so that... Well, I thought I got the early elevator, apparently not. If I get into the water plane early enough before I lose too much altitude, I won't come all the way up. And of course, this is risky. So I'm not be high enough. Barely. I was barely high enough. Excuse me while I do jukes. I don't... Okay, I know how to handle this guy. I'm going to stand on the wall. We get to do old strats. Old strats I'm not great at. You know, in my practice run, this went real well. Too many boxes still around. Do slow stuff because arrows are more important. Dude, am I just, like, am I dropping the stream? Why does my bot keep reconnecting, disconnecting? Like, what is that about? This first run is going to be invalidated if my stream keeps dropping. I'm dead. Oh, great. I'm juking for my life. Alright, that's okay. I can dodge this one. That was close. I don't need a hard tack. It's cool. That. Three, four, five. See, that's what I mean by it's not wholly reliable. Get there eventually. Eventually. The only other option I have is walking wind bomb off of this pillar. That actually seems to be pretty reliable. You're gonna make me do the whole cooking sequence again? Dude. I'm just gonna do walking wind bomb. I don't understand why the lag inducing works sometimes and other times it doesn't. Just walking wind bomb is but it works, so you know. Yay. Ouch. time for really old strats. That did not work. Forget that then. Now we'll do really, really old strats. Or, you know, I can void out in the water down here. I'm sorry, did I say void out? I'm pretty sure I said die. Just breathe in, breathe out. Come on, you know, that anger management stuff. At least I don't have to do cooking again. Right? That is why walking wind bomb is a pain sometimes. Timing's off. Maybe this should be the answer instead of. Actually, I like that a heck of a lot better. That worked out super well. I'm totally using that in the future. That was amazing. Let's. Perfect. Base skip, please. That wasn't even nothing. I'm not doing that. Oh, and of course I'm right here. Lovely. That's why we bring extra health items. We'll just leave that is. Change our weapon before we do it. I guess I should anticipate that I'm actually going to get it right. That looks right to me. Please and thank you. Alright, well, I may or may not face it, but it is where, I mean, those are good signs. Those are all good signs, especially the 2 head hits at the end. Ah, face skip. Okay, cool. I do not know what I have to do to get that right. Maybe I just hit him 5 times and then like wait till he gets up. that's not right. I'm used to having the edge of duality of this fight. That looks like a 3-hitter. Indeed it is. Time. I just wish I knew how to do this. It gets way, way too high. That was actually faster than during my training, so I may want to stick with that strategy. Alright, perfect Thunderblight. Button not working. Why didn't he summon his shield? Why are we in this position? There's so many little things that the Switch 2 edition changes with 60 FPS. There's no way I'm gonna find them all just yet. Like, for example, if I do a full one-hand combo on Thunderblight before he summons his shield consistently, that's a problem. I'm dead. Maybe I should run that laser out. Maybe I should reflect that laser. Yeah, sure. Just do this all over again. Fine. Fine. You know, good practice and all that. Looks right. Hey, skip, please. Not enough for phase skip. I think we're one hit away. Alright, I'm gonna do a... He's gonna hit me. I'm do a full combo instead of a 4. Do I need to do a 6 hit to prompt him to get up? Like, I don't know. Good practice, though. Always good practice. Such as duality problems. That is not 3 hit range, I don't think. Even if it is, I'm not risking it. Might have been 3 hit range. What is? I'm missing that last hit every time. Oh yeah, hit him too many times. It's just gonna be really, really slow. Well, that broke his shield, so it's not consistent. Alright. I haven't gotten one of those in ages. I'm just gonna run it out. I could theoretically dodge that, but I'm being careful. I'm missing my golden bow. And the end of the fight right there. Oh Lord. I have food. This should not be an issue. That should end the phase. Do I get a laser because he was just on the wall? I do. Alright, so now we get to see... Now I get to see if early release doesn't happen at all. Amusing, by the way, that my sword broke right then. Word.
L'intero corpo di Ganon è pervaso da un rancore maligno. In questo stato è invulnerabile a qualsiasi attacco.
Normally what I do, and I don't even know if this affects it, but I try to
Ma non resisterà.
stay out of sight, line of sight of the
Tu
beast.
colpisci dove brilla. Buona fortuna, Link.
And then I dash forward. No early release. That was kind of early release.
Ganon si sta indebolendo.
Not sub 1 hour, that's for darn sure. What are you gonna do? Glitch 2 edition is hard.
È la tua occasione. Funziona in difficoltà. Colpisci dove brilla.
Oh, great. My daughter fell out of her bed.
Quasi sconfitto.
I think we're almost... Wait, did she? Oh, I think so. It's fine.
Link,
Run's almost over. I can check on it later. To be fair, her mattress is literally on the ground, so if she fell out, it does nothing except maybe wake her up.
quello è finiscilo, Link.
1 hour, 38 seconds. First run. Yeah, she fell out of her bed. Go rescue her. I'll be right back. You can watch the end, and then I'll probably close down the stream. We did it. Got a Switch 2 edition, first run, any percent, no amiibo. It is not great. I knew it wouldn't be, but that's okay.
Ti ho osservato.
Man, stasis though. No, okay, so like, no, it wasn't stasis. It was bombs. Stasis was awful, but bombs was just awful. Getting to bombs, getting into bombs. I even had trouble in the shrine itself. Like that whole segment was just not great. Lost a lot of time doing that. Hero Field went surprisingly well, only to fall into the water and get set back.
Ti ricordi?
But you know, that's the way things go sometimes. It's a first run. Lots of room for improvement. I'm gonna have to figure out why Naomi's not splitting Hyrule Castle. Why she's not splitting the Cryonis, or it's actually 2 Cryonis really. If she split 2 Cryonis, she'd probably split Cryonis. And I suspect if I can fix those 2 splits, she would be able to do auto splitting all the way through. Hyrule Field ended at 30 minutes, and then freaking 30 minutes later, I get my next split. I mean, getting to stasis took a while. I think I died, yeah? Yeah, I died. Getting into stasis took forever. Cryonis was quick. Magnesis took a couple retries, so that burned a lot of time. And then bombs, man. Bombs just killed so much time. What? Almost 5 minutes to get to bombs, and then another 6 minutes to get through. Like, most of that time is just getting into the shrine. Paraglider. Did I have to reset? Yes, I did. My axe broke. This whole thing is just one big cluster F, honestly. But it's a first run, and there's like, it's all green splits from here, honestly. So maybe I will be able to stream more often and kind of whittle this down, get back into the 30s. I don't know how plausible 30s are. I think 30s are plausible, right? I was able to get into both Cryonis and Magnesis very quickly during my test run. So it's just a matter of refining where my skew spots are and then getting in there. And then of course I really have to do the gauntlet. I really gotta get my 2 bombs down. And then I have to decide if I want to keep my entrance to bombs or if I want to go through the door. The advantage of going through the door is if I can get it, like if I can figure out where to skew and get through the door, then there isn't a second clip. If you go through the door, you don't have to clip a second time. And that actually bit me a lot on this run, is trying to clip into the elevator. Which shouldn't be an issue, but when your shield is at a sliver of health, it's very easy to break it on that elevator. So maybe the door on bombs is worth it. I'll have to check that out. Castle was not great. Mostly the Bokoblin, not the Bokoblin, the Moblin. I couldn't stealth him appropriately. And the wind bombs, yeah. The wind bomb chain to castle, I think I'm going to do exactly what I did here. I'm going to do a walking wind bomb over the wall. Paraglide to that little platform station, mini castle, whatever you want to call it. And then it's a straight shot into the entrance. A lot of times with the route, I was trying to do like I did in the training, in the practice, is it shoots me off to the right and then I have to climb a wall over to get to the entrance of Windblight. But But the route I did in the run, where I do a walking wind bomb and then go to the left instead of the right, that gives me a straight shot into the door. Like, it's not a problem. I think that's probably the best answer. So that's going to be an adaptation I'm going to do. Blights in Calamity, I think it's, other than Wind Blight, trying to figure out Wind Blight Phase 2 and getting that consistent so I can get it early cycle and not have to do a second cycle. Blights in Calamity are pretty much the same as they've ever been. Not having one ancient arrow is a bit of a pain, but I have a ton of other arrows to make up for it, so just don't die. Like, that's the answer. A lot of stuff to improve. Really got to get my clips down somehow. But I think I can do well on that. All right. Well, calling it a night. It's 11:22. My wife's gonna be home soon. So thank you for watching. If you watched, if you watch in the future, hi. This is Past KO. I hope you're having a good time in the future. I hope it's better than the present day geopolitically, but you know. And yeah, y'all have a great night and a good Friday tomorrow. Talk to you later.